I don't really know what the answer is. Obviously it's up for council to discuss. It is an amber priority, so obviously we are managing it day by day, but it's reliant upon the staff watching CCTV to spot that they've all been put there to go out and deal with it, so we're doing that proactively. There was mention of possibly within the office chat about the pram shelter outside or something like that to build. I'm quite happy to put that on, if council want me to put it on the amenities agenda, maybe to be discussed further. So that's
we'll get on to build.
And if I just answer the last one and then you can open up the discussion. The very last one that's on there is the front door. Basically, this building, when you opened it, it was sticking. With a bit of planing, it's resolved now, it's fine, it's done. So that action's done completely. So it is really the pram one where we're acting proactively, but we could do with a better plan.
As chair, would you be happy for that to go on amenities? And the council happy for that particular item to go there, just to maybe address that and sort that out? Okay.
What's the time scale on that prams? Oh, November 24. Oh no, that's the date it was reported.
No, so we are in line because we're managing it every day. As a staff team, we're moving them, so we're not letting it be a fire. We've been doing that anyway, but we're not letting it be a fire safety. It's just long term.
Stephen? Okay.
Was anything mentioned about the wedges to the fire doors? And then when I was on the Finance and General Purposes Committee at the first meeting, there was questions about that. The proper fire clothes, release things will be needed to be put on rather than the wedges.
It's just this report.
That seems to have just died off again now. It does happen.
This is the latest one, this is what was in the report.
Yeah.
So not on this report.
So the shoes one thing and then forget about it the next year.
Yeah.
So probably forget about the pants next year if we don't see it.
Yeah. They have forgot about the asbestos thing, they've already seen it. Are there any other comments on the health and safety report? No? That's just to receive anyway, so we'll receive that report. Thank you.
Comes to the village amenities.
And sorry, in favour of adding the prams to the village amenities? Yeah. With that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Item 11, to receive a refreshed supplier quotation due to time lapse for the installation of the authorised exercise equipment on Dando Way. We've got the quotations as part of the pack. Can I just get a little bit of background as to the delay and reasons for the delay, because it's kind of gone backwards and forwards since it's been approved, and obviously it is a consequence.
Yeah, so this item for councillors that obviously have been here longer than me will know that this is something that I inherited as part of becoming clerk. It was authorised from SIL before my time, allocated to the project, as it says in your supporting pack, was £33,385.40 as part of the the exercise equipment. It was quoted on, the council received quotes, and that's the first one that I put in the pack, which was March 2023. The final quote came in, and that was at the cost of, excluding VAT, £24,968.05.
Yeah.
So are you okay, Stephen? Is that, do you need me? Is that okay? So that's what I was handed over as clerk, but that was in progress. That was the quote that was in place. That was the SID allocation that had been authorised by council. Throughout the time that I've been here, the delay has been with Wakefield Council. So they had a changeover in their team that deals with this last year. And as part of that, they went through all of their projects that were outstanding and they've regraded them in priority order, and we basically wasn't at the top of the priority list, is what I'm led to believe. We've waited on that list, we've now moved up, we've had contact from Wakefield Council so that they're happy that we can go ahead. Because of the time that's lapsed, we went back to Sutcliffe, who supplied the original quote. They've now supplied us with a new refreshed quote. It is still under the allocated SIL. So it's now at £31,559.59. So it's within the SIL, which is why I sent it back to council for review.
Yeah, because of, why was they £3,000 earmarked when the quote came through at 25?
My understanding is that the amount that was available at the time was split equally 3 ways. Is that right, Jim?
That's right, yeah.
That's why the amount is odd.
It's just, and again, our daily quote is very close to that allocation. It does raise a few suspicions that that's linked out to them somehow.
Didn't get to leave.
Well,
it's on the website.
Exactly, yeah, that's kind of
Again, just to clarify on the previous SIL allocation, so this was an idea which came from some councils, but it was also something from, that was a request that came through from the village as well, because there was like a little bit of a consultation that came through. And so exercise equipment in the village was something that was requested. There was a certain amount of SIL funding, and it was agreed to divvy it up equally between the agreed projects that went through as part of that SIL allocation. And that was the only thing for it. And then the project sort of like took place from there, if such. And yes, we're at the situation we are now, basically.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sorry. Sean, yeah? Sorry, I'm not.
Well,
Yeah, is that alright?
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be first.
No, I just wanted to say that I know we've had a bit of inflation recently, but 26.4% in 18 months does seem somewhat excessive for it. And doesn't the 31,000 take it over an amount when we should have 3 quotes? And I would certainly want to recommend that we get additional quotes for this. For spending that amount of money.
I'll come back to you to get proposal in a second, in just a second. I'll just take Sean's comment.
It's a lot of money because, like, fresh air fitness, you can get 7 items for £9 with mats. It says outdoor gym, 12 users, once only, delivered and installed with grass mats. So it'd be good to get all the quotes. It seems expensive.
Can I just say, Chair, 3 quotes were obtained at the time and Sutcliffe were selected, which is why Sutcliffe have refreshed. So we can certainly go out again if that's what council decides, but we did, at the time, 3 were obtained.
Could I give you that?
Yeah.
Well, I can it now. I'll pass it down.
Whichever.
There's one thing that council you don't have a lot. There's an email back here as well, John.
Yeah.
So I'll take Andy's proposal then, which is to get 3...
In light of the increase, I think going over 30,000 we should get additional quotes.
Get 3 tenders
Yeah.
again and see if we can get that cheaper, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's proposal. Seconder, please. I'll go for Steve in a second. You first. Any comments on that just before?
I just wonder if it's,
Susie.
sorry, I just wonder if it's worth agreeing this as subject to our quote. If there's a better quote, then we go with the other quote. So rather than just hold this up, say that we're agreeing this unless we can get a cheaper quote elsewhere, rather than having to come back for another vote.
Can we agree if it's over 30,000?
I think we need to go to 3 quotes if that's what we're doing.
I think it'd be best to take the proposal as it is and bring it back if necessary. If we are wanting to speed this through, I'll let Gemma sort of like advise on that and can call an extraordinary or whatever in terms of trying to get that through a bit quicker if we do deem that time is necessary to...
Oh, it just seems like we've done it for a long while, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chair, so I'll include these 2 other quotes.
Sure.
2 other quotes, and then, like I say, if I get it back quickly, I can call an extraordinary.
Yes.
Alternatively, it could possibly go through to personnel committee, which is in 2 weeks' time, to come back to council in December anyway. Which I want to. I could get the 3
Can I just
quotes.
check why you got personnel?
Not personnel, I said the wrong word.
Sorry, mate.
No, you're right. So so the normal process when we're doing anything for quoting would go through FGP committee anyway.
Right, yes.
Obviously this agenda item is to receive. So
Sure.
if we're not receiving them, we're going back to the 3 quick quote process. I can hopefully get them in time for 2 weeks' time anyway. To speed
Sure.
up.
Okay, thank you for that. Susie, yeah, sorry to keep you.
I'm sorry, I'm probably being really dim, but on the quote it says equipment installation. And so why are WMDC involved if Sutcliffe Play putting it?
That's that, Chair.
Yeah.
It was part of the permission side, basically, where it was being cited. That's where the delay has been. We just didn't gain WMDC's permission for where it's going on roundabout, which we've now got.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
And this company's installing and supplying. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so would they have to agree a different company?
WMDC. No, we've got the permission to install where we want to install. That was the delay. It wasn't Sutcliffe's that delayed it. It was WMDC.
Yeah. No, I understood that.
Yeah.
It was just, it sounded like more of an installation from them rather than a permission.
Yeah, permission.
Yeah, it was phrased.
Sorry.
Is that a...
Yes, thank you for doing question answer.
No, no. Sorry, Amanda, yeah.
If we're seriously suggesting that the information on the website is tipping off people who are quoting about how much is available to spend, is there any way we can rephrase whatever it says on the website so that it's not quite as clear that they have £36,000 to aim for?
I had a thought actually, but just in response to that, which if I can say it, is that maybe we should say, we've got this budget, how much equipment can we have?
Yeah.
Because that kind of turns it round, doesn't it?
Which might require new permissions.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. That was, it's the solution I could think of, but I accept that point too.
Yeah. Gemma,
It's just in response to the website. So we have a transparency requirement, especially around SIL, where it has to be displayed on the website clearly what's going on with SIL money.
But, I mean, presumably, if we underspend it, it will be spent on other things to do with fitness in the village anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So it couldn't be phrased that we're spending, that's the amount we've allocated to exercise equipment within the village, all over the village. It's not for the one project. Or does it have to be for the...
I can certainly have a look.
Yeah.
But as it stands, it has to be on the website, but I'll certainly take away the feedback.
Mm.
Okay, so we've got a proposal to go for 3 tenders from Andy and seconded by Stephen. Can I get votes in favour of that one, please? Full house. Thank you very much. Item 12, to receive a request for consideration to support with a grant to Ackworth Parish for the purchase of safety equipment under section 137 grants. Can I just add on this particular item, because as was part of the pack, one of the things they are wanting to do is purchase signs which would be on the roads, so that would require Wakefield Council and Highways to be involved. So we can only agree, in principle, if that makes sense at this point, because if Highways say no, they can't have this, essentially. Susie, yeah.
I'd like to say it would be great to give it to them just because the typos in it just gave Andy and I such a giggle. But yes, I think it's really worthwhile cause.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for safety as well of those figures.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can make more typos like that.
Plaster. There we go.
In fact, it's on twice, it's a really funny thing.
They might have done it in a hurry, maybe, or sticky peas or something like that. No, that's happened to me.
That'd be a very interesting bit of text.
I haven't started it until now.
Yes. So yeah, agreeing in principle then, I suppose, do we wish to, in principle, give them this grant? Yeah. Can I get a proposal then?
So just before we do, if we agree in principle, what proofs are we asking for from the group before we hand over the money? Or who are we asking proofs from? From the group, from Wakefield Highways, just so that it's clear the point at which we're going to say yes, okay, you can have the money.
We would need to have confirmation from Wakefield Council, from Highways or Planning, whichever one it's going to fall into, basically giving them authorisation to be able to use the signs. I would say that would be sufficient.
Okay.
Is that all good?
Yeah, I was just writing it down. So we agree in principle pending confirmation of use of signs from
Sure.
Ackworth Council on highways or town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Can I get a proposal and seconder then, please? Sue's proposing, Lynn seconding. And votes in favour then, please. Thank you very much, full house. Excellent. Item 13 then. So this is motions requested by councillors. 13.1 is a motion from Councillor Maiden. I'm going to ask that we defer that to the next meeting just because Sharon's not here to speak on it and it'll be her motion. I think that'd be the right thing to do on that. Are we in agreement that that's okay?
Yeah.
Thank you very much. 13.2, to receive a proposal from Councillor Cook that request is made to our district councillors to explore potential grants and funding streams to kickstart youth services within Ackworth. I'll let you speak on that.
Yeah, well,
Then you're probably going to be
we're all
speaking
well
back
aware
to
that we have a little bit of an issue with youth disorder and criminal damage within the villages. All over Facebook, you've all seen it. We've had the mugger set fire to recently. There is no youth provision whatsoever within the village. A lot of the surrounding places do have youth clubs running. Last year, the year before, 2023 I think, we had a little bit of input from Wakefield Youth Services that were running something at the pavilion in the summer. It was very limited. There's just so little for them to do. And I'm not sure what the answer is, but I'd like to explore whether there is any funding that we could access, any advice we could get, any youth services, anything from the police. And I think the best place to start might be asking our district councils to have a little look and see what goes on in other parishes and see what we can do.
Yeah, just to come back on your comment, I can just confirm I did have raised this at the scrutiny committee that I'm on, which is regeneration. It looks into sort of things like this. I do think that maybe having some backing, like a motion from Parish Council, will help to sort of like push this forward. And I did raise it as well, full council when I spoke up there about alternative services as well.
Wakefield may not be aware, so we need to be making them aware that we have this ongoing issue.
Yes.
And there's no point us just firefighting. Oh, now they've held the polling station to ransom, and now they've burnt this. Now they've taken. We need to at least know that we are attempting some kind of interventions and some sports offering maybe.
I mean, these were exact things that I brought up at the Regeneration Scrutiny Committee in terms of the polling station, other youth issues we've been having, and it's the same. It's a whole Ward 1 issue because we don't have like a big centre. I feel like we get left out and I get a little bit cross about it.
So do we need a clerk to write to somebody at Wakefield then? Is there a head of youth services, or I don't know how it works. But
This agenda item would be for me to write to the district councils.
So I'll take it forward.
Thank you.
Sarah, yeah.
Okay, oh, sorry, do you want to vote first? I just wanted to make a comment on funding.
I'll take Amanda as proposer then. Can I get a seconder? Nathan seconding. Do you want a full vote or do you just comment?
No, I mean, it's nothing to do with the way the vote's going to go. Just not. I'll say it now anyway.
Yeah.
Instead of talking about it. I'll say what I'll say. I did notice that, yes, it's desirable, I think, that it is organised centrally and that Wakefield kind of council spearheads it. But I did notice on one of the emails that Gemma sent just today, I think, there was a whole raft of training sessions on applying for grant funding. Loads and loads and loads of them. So it might be, up and through into next year, might be good if, I presume it's for councillors, through you, Chair, for councillors and staff, those that training. So it would be good if some of us, one of us or two of us, could go to some of those to see if there's things we could access, not just for youth training, youth services, youth activities,
grants in
other
general.
things as well,
Yeah. if that could just be noted as part of budget or passed to the relevant committee in terms of...
Yes, on that same email there was a section that said about the budget for members training.
Yeah, I saw
so
that.
I'll pop it on the next agenda
Yeah.
if that's okay, just for protocol.
Yeah, that's great. Any other comments on Amanda's motion? No? I'll move to a vote then. All those in favour then, please. Full house. Thank you very much. 13.3, this is my proposal, and I took this from a suggestion that was on social media quite a long time ago, probably about a year or so ago. So this is to receive a proposal from myself to award the freedom of the Parish of Ackworth to retired councillors Susan Holyhead, Terry Holyhead and Alan Garber. And the main reason, as I've stated in the document there, it's just for length of service, the things that they've done for the village, such as in Alan's case as a district council and a parish councillor, and with Sue and Terry, just to do with all the events that they've done over the years. I just think it would be a good thing to put forward, and that's why I suggested it. It was also an idea that came through from social media, so that's my only motive on it, but I'm welcome to comment.
Sorry.
Stephen first, yeah.
What actually freedom of the village are you going to offer them?
So it's
sheep across Enfield back.
that technically is one of the freedoms apparently. It just, I mean, essentially it's just like an award that, thank you, I'm just looking for that. So essentially it's like what you get, other towns and parishes do it for people who like given to the village, and it's something